Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Thanks for joining. Today we are going to be talking about scheduling. This wasn't something that I had planned on sharing with you guys. It's something I've been doing now for like a month. And I just happened to think about the other day of why haven't I told you about this? This is something that's helping me and working for me, so hopefully it will help you. Scheduling is kind of hard, like everybody has different kind of planners and different kind of things that they like to do that's specific for them. So I don't expect everyone to take what I'm saying and use it exactly and it's going to make your life better. But hopefully something that I am doing right now to help the chaos a little bit, to keep from getting overwhelmed from all the chaos. Hopefully something that I'm doing will help you, that you can pick out one or two things and apply it to how you are scheduling your life, and it'll make things easier for you. I'm going to go over scheduling homeschool planning because we are a homeschool family, and then I work outside the home. My husband does the day-to-day here at home with the kids. He stays home and does the homeschooling. I do all the planning and figuring out when, what curriculum, when we're going to do the work, how many subjects they're going to do per day, per week, per month, per year, all that stuff. But he makes sure that they get it done every day. And I'm the one with the planner. So also I work outside the home. My job is very flexible. So you clicking on this video because you are a working mom and you're also homeschooling, my situation is not going to be the same as yours. I do work about 30 minutes away from home, so I have about a 1 hour round trip drive every day. I can take my kids to work with me. My boss is very lenient, very flexible with that kind of thing. It's a very small office. I am blessed to have this job. I don't think I will ever find anything else like this. So I can even take my kids to school, or take my kids and their schoolwork to work with me. So it doesn't affect their school schedule whenever they have to come with me, and we do like dentist appointments during the day, things like that. So they can go to work, get their schoolwork done, go to the dentist, go back to work with me, keep working on their schoolwork, and then we go home. But to keep up with all that, I have to have a planner to know who's going where and when. And then we have extracurricular stuff. We have a lot of things coming up. Between September and December for my family is crazy. There's constantly birthday parties. We've got, all the Christmas stuff and Thanksgiving stuff. We're involved with our church and our kids with the youth group. So there's constantly like choir practices and Christmas program practices that are going on weekly between now and Christmas. So there's just a lot to keep up with. So what I am sharing with you is how I schedule all of that kind of stuff. So hopefully something that I'm doing will help you and you can apply it to what fits for your life. So let's see, I kind of did an introduction, but if you're new to my channel, hi, my name is Brooke. I have 3 children. We have 3 children. My husband and myself have 3 children, ages 12 to almost a year old. Actually, he's only 10 months old. He's almost 11 months old. So 11 months old, 8 years old, and 12 years old, and we do homeschool. I homeschooled my first daughter in kindergarten and first grade. She is now 8th grade, and we have been homeschooling this time around. We took a little break. The 2 girls, my 2 oldest, went to a regular traditional school for a little bit, a private school, and then we brought them back after the crazy 2020 stuff, and we started homeschooling again, so we're on our 3rd year since then. And let's see, like I say, I work outside the home. My husband, he does some work from home, but he is the main one at home with our kids for the homeschooling stuff during the day. So if any of that craziness sounds like it would be similar to your situation, or you just want to stick around and see some more videos about how our crazy life goes, how about hitting that subscribe button? And if you watch the video all the way through and you like what you hear, you can hit the like button too. It would help me out a lot. I'm still a very small channel. We did get over 100 subscribers over the last couple days. That was exciting. So I'm excited to see the channel keep growing. But let's just get right back into this and then we'll talk about the scheduling. What I do with the homeschool, I have this planner. This is just a month planner. It only has 1 month at a time. And you can see I don't have all my months planned out. This one is blank. Obviously that's June. That's not going to have anything in it. But even to March, there is nothing in there because as much as ahead that I like to plan, I don't like to plan too far because I know stuff's going to get messed up. So about 2 months ahead is where I go. During this season in September, I was already planning out December because it's crazy. But normally about 2 months ahead, I will keep my calendar in here filled out. But let's see. So I've been doing this the way that what I'm about to explain to you, I've been doing since October, but I'm going to show you November. So this is a homeschool schedule. I say schedule. It doesn't have their what work they're doing. This is for my brain to tell me what days we are doing school. So I'll put just a rough sketch. I'll go through and, S for school. I know that those are school days. And then I'll put an F if it's going to be a field trip day and a school day, because I want to keep up with how many regular school days we have, how many field trip days we have. So this is just for my sanity of knowing what days are school days and what days are off days, where there's a holiday. I only write things in here that pertain to school. So a dentist appointment, I'm not going to write in here. A Christmas party on a Saturday, probably not going to write in here. This is just for me, and also for if my husband wants to pull this up and see what is going to be affecting the homeschool situation for that day, he can look at this. But this is just homeschool stuff. And then my calendar in my phone, I'm using my phone so I can't show you, but I have the Google calendar, and I put everything in there. There is almost something on every day in my calendar for like the next 2 months. But I put everything in there. I put dentist appointments if I'm working, if I'm not working, if it's going to be, if it's a day that I normally would work and I'm not going to be working, I'll put that in there. If it's I help my mom keep up with her stuff, so I have my mom's appointments, my dad's appointments, so that I can help remind her of those things. Just everything. Everything goes in my calendar. If it's something I think is going to happen, I will put it in my calendar with a question mark, so that I can look a week ahead of time and question somebody like, hey, were you still going to do this? Or hey, were we still going to go here and do this on this day? Everything goes in that calendar. So I go to that calendar first. I should have went backwards, or I started backwards. I go to my calendar with all of the detailed plans first, and then I go to here. I know about how many days of school we need, so I know how many days I should fill in here. But I go to my calendar first, because if there's something, like the girls have back-to-back dentist appointments and it's going to take up most of the day, or I don't know, if it's something that we're, if we're going to do a homeschool day, I've got it in my calendar, and I know, or not a homeschool day, if we're going to be doing like a field trip that day and I know they're not going to be doing regular schoolwork, I'll go ahead and put that in here. So I get everything off of my calendar, the everything calendar, and then I fill this in, and this is all in pencil because it can change. I fill this in to let me know what days are going to be school days and what days are not going to be. And then now during the busy time is when I have to do some more calendars. So I have my calendar on my phone, and this is calendar planner overload, but this is what is clicking with my brain right now. So I'm sharing it with you. Hopefully it'll help you. So I have the calendar on my phone. I have this homeschool calendar. And then I also, for this time of the year, I print off a blank, and this is paper. I love my calendar on my phone. I can't live without that, but this is just a paper calendar because it's just temporary to get me through a couple of months. All right, so I have just a blank 1 month calendar that I printed off of a website called calendar-12.com. Calendar-12.com. I'm not sponsored or anything. It was just what come up when I Google search printable calendar. This one I have used quite a few times because I just like the layout and it's easy to print. So I have a month calendar here. This one is blank. This is actually the one that I am using. It is full. This is November. So I have so many things wrote on here. So it's kind of like a combination of my homeschool planner and the calendar on my phone, and it's all combined into here so that I can see week to week, day to day, what's happening. And then also, and I'll go into a little bit more detail about this, but I have the month, and then another thing that I use, because I need to know every day what are things that I need to do, I also do a week at a time. So that is my week filled out. That's actually next week, starting Monday. Here is, oh, where'd it go? I had a blank one so you could see what it looks like not filled out. Oh, there it is. Okay, so that was, oh, well, this is actually this week. So it gives you 1 week at a time, and it gives you plenty of lines to write on for each day. And you can do these starting on Sunday or Monday. I think it had that option. And they were different. I don't know, you could get the different countries' holidays. So I have, how many calendars is that? I use all of these right now though. Okay, so what I'll do to plan out my day-to-day stuff so that I can remember, okay, this is the day I need to go dig through all of my Christmas decorations and figure out what I'm keeping and what I'm getting rid of. Or this is the day that we need to go grocery shopping because we have this party coming up next weekend. I can't remember all that. I can't do all of it. So I have to write it down or I will forget. So what I do, after I have my calendar in my phone, I have my homeschool calendar, then I take my month calendar and I will fill it out with all the important things like, I don't know, here I've got a birthday party that's going to be coming up in a couple weeks for a family member. I've got a birthday party, my my son is going to be turning a year old in December. So on top of Thanksgiving and Christmas, we also have a birthday party. Now, we don't do birthday parties for every year for our kids. I did a video about that. I'll try to link it, about how we do our birthdays. But for first birthday, we're going to have a birthday party. And it's in the middle between Thanksgiving and Christmas. So it's just more things that I have to keep up with. So in order for me to work and us do homeschool and get all the things done, I know that according to when that birthday party is and when I'm working the week before, normally you take like the day before and you do all the extra cleaning and you do the decorating and all that. I have wrote down, that I'm working the week before the birthday. So I'm going to pick one day of that week to not work, or I'm going to work a half day. The weekend before that is Thanksgiving. So we're not going to be using that weekend to do like party prep stuff. So it's actually the weekend before that, which is like next weekend or the weekend after. I can't remember. That's why I have calendars. I know, according to my calendar, what days are already taken up, which days I need to do prep stuff for the things that are coming up. I don't want to wait until the day before a birthday party or the day before a Christmas get together to realize that we forgot to get some food, or we forgot to wrap something, or I don't know, just anything. I don't want to wait and be all hectic and be stressed and all that. So I do my month at a time, and I have my work schedule on here. So if you can schedule your work, I have like how many hours I'm going to work. I even put when I'm going to get to work and when I'm going to leave, so that on that day I can look at my calendar, and then I'll transfer it. Does that make sense? So I write it on here really little, and then I will transfer it to my day-to-day weekly schedule. So I know on, let's see, Monday I'm going to be home at 4 o'clock, and I wrote it on there so that when I look at this the day before, I can tell my husband, okay, I'm going to be home at 4 o'clock. And then we have to get the girls ready for Christmas play practice. And we're going to be having, I don't have it down for supper, but after we go grocery shopping today, which was on my plan, I'm going to write down what our supper is going to be for that day. So I will know when I wake up Monday morning, I can tell my husband, this is going to be happening at this time. We got to get ready for this. And, it's all planned out. I don't have to think about it. And I have the next day, what day I'm going to go to work. What time I'm going to go to work, what time I'm going to get home. And of course, that is a loose schedule because things can change, but it gives direction for the day. And it lets me be able to tell my kids, all right, I'm going to be home at this time, and then we're going to have supper, and then you got to go here, or we got to go there. We got to get this stuff out and get it ready. It just helps me to know what's happening, because I cannot remember. From one day to the next, I can be sitting at work, and somebody asks me what we're doing that weekend, and I'm like, I don't know. Just give me a minute. I'll have to look at my calendar because I don't remember what this weekend is. And I've been carrying this planner with me. And I'll look and I'll see what's wrote down on my Saturday, and I can say something like, "Oh, we're free." I'm going to be cleaning out our Christmas decorations to get ready for the upcoming parties and stuff, or that's my day to do a big house cleaning. But we're not going to be going anywhere. If you want to stop by, I'll be at home. I would have no idea if I didn't look at my calendar because I have it wrote down. So that's kind of how I do it. I think there's a little bit more. I don't know. Let me kind of get back in the why I do this. I don't know. I guess I'm getting older, having 3 kids now, and I am 35, 3 kids. That may not be extreme for some people, but it's been wearing on my brain. And then we have so much going on. It's just, I can't remember all this stuff. And I don't want to have to remember all this stuff. I don't want to be, the super mom that remembers everybody's appointments and does everything on time based on my brain power, because I don't have the brain power anymore. So I have to write it down. I have to keep up with it this way, or it won't happen, and I just stress myself out, and that's no good. I've even wrote down, and I kind of did this because I was so, back to the reason, I was so tired of not having time to do anything fun. Like, we weren't getting movie nights. We weren't getting time to just sit and relax in the evenings. Like, we were going somewhere every evening, and I wanted to make sure that I didn't agree to do something with somebody or for somebody on my one day a week that we were going to have to be able to just sit and relax as a family during the evening. So I started scheduling this out, and I even have wrote down, like, this is in, let's see, is this my November? Yep. I have wrote down movie night with a question mark, because I don't want anything to come up that day. But if we had to do something for somebody or with somebody, then that would be an evening that we could do that. This is on a Thursday evening. That's kind of usually our kind of free evening. So I have wrote down movie night with a question mark there. Could happen, might not happen. And then I have wrote down like a field trip day with a question mark, because it could be a day I take off of work. maybe, maybe not. When we get to that week, I'd be able to tell a little bit more if that would be an option to be able to take off work that day. I wrote those down with question marks because I would like to use that for some family time, and that is my day that week to do family time. So I try not to schedule anything else that day. And when it gets down to that week, I can say, okay, Thursday is movie night. What movie do y'all want to watch? And we can have a relaxing evening at home without having to rush and go anywhere. Or I know that on Friday I'm not working because I don't work every Friday. Then I know that we can use Thursday night as our stay up late, and the girls maybe do, like, I schedule them a half a day of schoolwork so that they don't have as much to do, or maybe they get off of school that day because I'm going to be home and we can just have a sleep-in day. So I use that for my everything. I write down all the work stuff, all the school stuff, all of the birthday parties, Christmas parties, Thanksgiving dinners, Christmas dinners. I've even, let's see, you can even schedule in, like, is there a day that you're going to go do Christmas pictures? We did fall pictures last weekend or weekend before, so I had that wrote down in my October calendar so that I would know, like a week ahead of that, I got our clothes ready. I know what day I need to prep for things that are going to happen later. This saves my sanity, and the day-to-day, sorry if this is scattered. Like I say, I had not planned on sharing this, but I just thought it would help. On my day-to-day stuff, I even have, like, I'll write down our meals. I don't write down the meals on the monthly. I will write down our meals because we meal plan at least a week ahead of time. I'll write down what we're going to be eating on the certain days. And again, I'll write down, like, what time I'm getting home, what time I'm leaving, if there's anything that my husband needs to know that's happening at home during the homeschool routine for them that's going to be different. I'll have that wrote down because this is what I look at mostly every day. From day to day, I'll say, okay, this is Monday. I wake up and tell my husband this is the plan for the day. And then I'll go on to the next day, Tuesday. Okay, this is the plan. If there's something that he needs to know about that's happening on Friday, I can say, okay, be prepared this week. This is what's coming up on Friday. And everybody, is prepared. There's no shock that we, waited to the last minute for something. And it has really helped me. I've never done this exactly like this. I do usually have some sort of variation of this kind of thing when we have hectic, crazy seasons coming up. But this is really working. This has worked so well for me. I've already went through the entire month of October using it, and I will continue until the end of December. So I had printed out October, November, December, all 3 months, plus the week by week. I have all of those printed out, and I'm just throwing them away as I'm done with them, and then I'll fill out my next week. And it has just helped my brain so much to be able to not have to remember this stuff on my own. It's wrote down, and it remembers it for me. So if you have any questions about this, if I was so scattered that I missed something, I apologize. Leave some questions down in the comments, and I will try to answer those for you about how I am scheduling my crazy life right now. I hope y'all have a great weekend, a stress-free and a little bit more organized holiday season coming up. Hopefully this will help that a little bit, and have a great weekend. Bye.